Welcome, I'm Catherine. Today I'll be sharing 3 albums from 1986 to continue my 1980s series. The first one is Bangles. It's called Different Light, their second studio album, released January 10th of 1986. And this is their most successful album. It reached number 2 on the Billboard 200, producing 5 charting singles. So the first one is Manic Monday, and this is my favorite song on the album. It was released December 23rd of 1985, and as many of us know, it was written by Prince. He used the pseudonym Christopher. It reached number 2 in the US and became an international hit. The second song, If She Knew What She Wants, was released April 14th of 1986, and it's a cover song by Jules Shear. And Bangles rewrote the lyrics in the third person to make it more fitting for the band. It went to number 29 in the US and number 31 in the UK. Number 3, Walk Like an Egyptian, released September 1st of 1986. The writer was Liam Sternberg, and he wrote this after seeing people losing their balance on a ferry boat. It went to number 1 in the US, Denmark and the Netherlands, and number 3 in the UK. The fourth song, Walking Down Your Street, December of 1986, went to number 16 in the UK, and it was released in February of 87 in the US and reached number 11. And the fifth track was called Following. It was only released in the UK. Now, I had an opportunity to see Susanna Hoffs. It was a free concert in 1991. She performed at Westlake Center, and it was really great to see her. She was performing that night in the Paramount Theater, but she was promoting her new solo album in 1991. And what made my day was she played 2 Bangles songs, Walk Like an Egyptian and Manic Monday. The second album, Janet Jackson Control. This is her third studio album, and it was released February 4th of 1986, and it's on the A&M Records label. And following the album's release, it went to number 1 on the Billboard 200 album chart, and it had 5 singles reaching the top 5 on the Billboard Hot 100. Janet Jackson was the first woman to do this. So the singles on here, the first one, What Have You Done For Me Lately? This is my favorite song on the album. Number 2, Nasty. 3, Control. Number 4, When I Think of You. And number 5, Let's Wait for a While, went to number 1. There were 2 more singles. Number 6, The Pleasure Principle, went to number 14. And number 7 was Funny How Time Flies When You're Having Fun. This was released in the UK and Australia. It didn't chart in the US, but there is a 7-inch single of this song. And Janet Jackson's Control album was nominated for the Grammy Award for Album of the Year. And I took my little sister to the Rhythm Nation tour in 1990. And there was a lot of dancing, and the choreography was done by another 80s icon, Paula Abdul. The third and final album I'll show today is True Blue by Madonna. It's her third studio album, released June 30th of 1986, and it's on the Sire label. This album was a worldwide success. The album reached number 1 on the US album charts and went to number 1 in 27 other countries. The first track released was Live to Tell. It went to number 1 in the US Billboard Hot 100, and it was followed by 4 top 5 tracks. So they are as followed. Number 2, Papa Don't Preach, went to number 1. Number 3, True Blue, went to number 3. Open Your Heart went to number 1. La Isla Bonita went to number 4. The album is produced by Madonna, Stephen Bray, and Patrick Leonard. True Blue is inspired and dedicated to her then husband, actor Sean Penn, and Madonna was nominated for a Grammy Award for Best Female Pop Vocal Performance on Open Your Heart. True Blue is Madonna's best-selling album. It went 7 times platinum in the US and estimated 19 million copies worldwide. And this album established Madonna as the best female best-selling artist of the 80s with the success of True Blue. So something else about this album. This is one of my albums from the Goodwill Haul. I went in there early on a Sunday morning, right when they opened, went over to the music, and I found all these 80s albums, and I bought a whole bunch. And I'll just show you the initials on here. It says CDG. Right there at the bottom. So someone donated, or a family member donated these. Sometimes, sadly, people pass away. But what I do know is they went to a very good home, because I love the 80s. And you'll see that my Bangles album also has those initials. So I'll start pointing these out. I have shown some other ones with these initials, but here forward I'll start pointing out the ones I got at the Goodwill that day. So these are our 3 albums for today and the songs. Please share your thoughts and memories of these albums, and I will show more albums from 1986 in my next future episode. And thank you for watching. Have yourself a nice day.